Alright, I cannot find my stand, but I am in the sweet spot of my medication where I feel happier because my brain's buzzing with dopamine, but it is still enough of the inhibitor in my system for me to not hallucinate. Like, not the. I mean, sometimes I still hear voices and shit and talk to myself, but that's normal with medication. Like, and those voices aren't like the devil or anything like that. Oh, this works. They're like people I know and shit, and I just imagine, I guess, conversations between them. Like, they have conversations with each other in my head, and it's really annoying, and I don't like it. But right now, my brain is buzzing with dopamine, and I have not slept in 48 hours. I was already I counted the full day of yesterday because I ran out of meds yesterday night. I mean, I guess it's not yesterday anymore. It's hard to tell. I haven't slept. But then my med provider, not my med provider, the insurance company refused to authorize my prescription from my psychiatrist, and it's sitting there waiting until the 6th, and it's like the 30th now, so it's like a week. I got a week of not sleeping ahead of me. I mean, I might pass out. The problem is, when I experiment with this, when I have meds, I start hearing random fucking screams, on the 3rd day. And so that usually prompts me to, stop experimenting and just take my meds. And I'm kind of worried about that happening, in the future. And I don't know what's going to happen on day 4. I might start talking to the devil again. I also might start talking to God again. And honestly, between the two of them, you'd prefer I was talking to the devil. The devil says nice things to people and shit, and he wants me to do good things with my life. God just wants me to kill everyone. And yeah, it's like he does something. I don't know what he's doing, but when the opportunity to cause violence arises, God, when he's talking to me, he knows how to increase that urge that is already natural within me because I'm psychotic. And but the devil, he keeps me in track. He keeps me from hurting people because I don't know, maybe just to oppose God. I don't know. But I'm cooking macaroni. I'm cooking macaroni and cheese. This is going to be a YouTube video, probably one of my 30-minute long ones. I'm just going to ramble because I'm basically stoned without the grogginess, you know? And it's pretty sweet. And I missed this. This used to be my natural state. Now I know for a fact that my overwhelming urge to commit suicide for the past 3 years, 4 years, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I didn't want to kill myself. And I've been on my meds for a long time. But magically, on day 2, halfway through the night, that urge to kill myself just kind of faded away, And I started getting happier and happier and happier as my brain gets flooded with more and more dopamine. So, this is going to be an interesting experience. I'm probably going to be able to sleep. Like, more accurately, I won't be able to stop myself from sleeping once I get too tired. But, I'm still going to hallucinate, which is going to suck. Super dick. It's going to suck super dick. And, like, the same memories that used to instill sadness now make me happy thinking about them, because I remember what it was like to be that loved at one point, instead of wallowing over the fact that I'll never be that loved again. Like, meds are like, oh, woe is me. I've already spent my load on my true love, and I'll never find another. And at the same time, I'm like, dude, you're only 30 and you've already met your true love? Fuck yeah! But I don't know how she feels about me. Like, she used to pull these games on MySpace all the fucking time. Like, because she was a lesbian, mostly she was a lesbian so that guys wouldn't hit on her. And, so we would do this passive-aggressive flirting on MySpace. And, like, sometimes I would say something that was over the line, and she'd be like, no, fuck, my parents are seeing this, you gotta delete it. And, like, so, like, that hasn't happened lately. She just fucking deletes the shit on her own. But she leaves half of what I say, well, most of what I say. Like, let's be honest, the only thing she deleted was me shit-talking Red Bull. And I think that's because she's got a deal with Red Bull. Like, she's a fitness model. So her Facebook is covered in her drinking Red Bull. And I'm a huge Monster fan. And I think Red Bull tastes like piss. And so I commented on a picture of her shotgunning a Red Bull, saying, yeah, you would have to shotgun one of those just to get past the taste. And, like, that's the only comment she deleted. And there's other comments of me blatantly admitting, like, me blatantly stating that me and her used to date, and she just left them there. But she refuses to talk to me in DMs. She refuses to not assert, to not assert, it's the wrong word, to directly acknowledge. She refuses to acknowledge me directly, just like she always did on MySpace. But to be fair, I was getting tired of her bullshit because I was on meds and everything sucked. And, so I removed all our mutual friends so that I wouldn't have the temptation to comment on her shit anymore. And, that ended with one of our mutual friends telling me to not give up on her, and that she's been through a lot, and that I just need to be patient and give her time. And I'm like, that's fucking confusing as hell, but alright. But I was remembering all the sweet things she did to me. Like, normally I focus on the negative, but, like, we were dating the same two girls together. And after a while of me and her fooling around and shit, she asked the group of us if she could have a second boyfriend. And every time she tried to get a second boyfriend, she would try to explain the situation to him, only for him to get pissed off and leave the house. I'd be over a lot of those times, and like I remember one time in particular, the guy was like, "I feel sorry for you," and stormed out the house. And she was like, "I fucking hate you." And I was like, "So do you want me to leave too?" And she's like, "No." And then she's like, "Just fucking go back to hanging out with my brother." So I went back to playing Smash Bros. Um, oh, that reminds that, like, there was, like, we, I was one of our mutual girlfriend that I normally spent the evenings in house at. She was mad at me, and her exact words after our fight was, "Go hang out with Jesse then," thinking that Jesse would never do that. And so I, not knowing what to do, walk over to David's house, and I see Jesse sitting on the front porch, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And she's like, "I live here. What the fuck are you doing here?" And I was like, "Well, Adrienne told me to go hang out with you, and I didn't know where else to go, so I was gonna hang out with your brother." And so she laughed, and she's like, "Okay, you can stay, but you gotta hang out with my brother." Which turned out to be a double-edged sword, because her brother was secretly gay, along with all his friends. Or they were bi or whatever. And, like, his friends were constantly, like, it was so stressful for me to listen to a group of guys talk about a girl that I wasn't supposed to feel protective over. Like, technically, she vowed to be protective over me, but a group of guys, like, talk about her like she's a piece of meat. It was so fucking stressful. And so I kind of would defend her to them and shit, which made the gay brother think I was a good person because he didn't know we and her were dating. And so, like, there was one time that me and her were fooling around on the couch, and her brother caught us. And that's when I found out he was gay. And that's when she found out he was gay. And that's when I found out he had a crush on me. And that's when she tried to kick his ass. And while she was kicking his ass, her mom came home. And I was just sitting on the couch, twiddling my thumbs because I didn't know what to do. And so she, like, after talking to them for whatever reason, like, not for whatever reason, it was very obvious why she was talking to them. But she came out to talk to me, and she was like, "So what did you do to make my lesbian daughter so interested?" And so I instantly thought of our first time acknowledging that we found each other attractive. And so I recreated those moments, but with her mom. And I got to the point where I was about to kiss her mom like I would have kissed her normally. And then I whispered, "You are so much like your daughter." And her mom shoves me away and says, "Oh, okay, I got it. You are just too hot for this household. I'm going to have to ask you to leave." And I don't really consider myself that hot. But after all this big mess, I don't know where to go, so I just go back to Adrienne's house. And I explain the situation to Adrienne, and she looks a little upset until she gets to the point where I'm coming on to Jesse's mom. And she bursts out laughing, and she's like, "Okay, that was great. You can come back. I don't care." And I started sleeping at her house again. But, like, Adrienne fucking hates me now. And at least Jesse lets me stalk her. That's the best description of what our relationship is now, is she lets me stalk her. Oh, that reminds me. There's another comment that she deleted on her Facebook wall. It was her. I don't even remember what the picture was. I just felt the need to say what I was going to say, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to get my ass kicked over you. And she deleted that comment. So, I mean, and no guy's come to kick my ass yet, and I've been very obvious about my stalking of her on the internet. Oh shit. It's boiling. Like, she has to know what that I'm paying attention. But that's not the story I wanted to get to. I wanted to get to when I was cleaning my room at my parents' house before I was living with Adrienne. And I found a bouquet of dead roses in my closet from the last tenants. And I thought, well, this would be perfect to take to my goth girlfriends, except for only Adrienne and Bobby Joe were goth, and Jesse's kind of preppy. She's just a lesbian. She's just a preppy lesbian, and she thought the goth chicks were hot, and she also thought goth dudes were hot, and so that's why she was dating the three of us. But she was not very happy with the bouquet of dead roses. So, I'm gonna give her an anonymous rose sometime after Easter when I have the extra money. I was thinking about getting her one for Valentine's Day, but I was like, what if she's got a fucking date? I send her the rose while she's on the fucking date, and they give it to her, and the guy's like, well, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck sent you this? And he gets all stupid and pissy like they always used to. And it's not like I really, I feel like I just owe her a real rose, you know? Because, I get all my girlfriends roses, and Jessie did not like the bouquet of dead roses. So, I'm gonna keep it secret, what I'm doing for the rose thing. It's been 2 minutes. I'm not completely secret, but, I've already told some people. But I'm gonna give her, the website that I'm looking at, totally does things anonymously, and, you just enter the address that you want to deliver it to. I was just gonna send it to her work. And, not tell her who it's from. Just let her feel loved, you know? Because she obviously doesn't really want me. She just acknowledges, she passively acknowledges our past, while claiming she doesn't remember anything about me. She hasn't denied that she knows me. She just denies she remembers anything about me, even though her behavior on Facebook is so similar to her past behavior on MySpace. And so I don't know what to do about that. It's one of the things that makes me happy, was thinking about giving her a rose and her not knowing who it's from, and she might get pissed over it. She's fucking beautiful. She probably gets secret admirer gifts all the time, is what I'm thinking. So, which is why it will go under the radar, because everybody loves her. Because, she's a fitness model, so, of course, everybody loves her. I'll think of more shit to talk about, but those are the thoughts that I've been vibing on lately. And normally thinking about those girls makes me really depressed, because I feel like I'll never see them again. But right now, while my brain is buzzing with dopamine, I don't care if they love me back. I'm not going to send Adrienne. First of all, I don't know where Adrienne works. So, or lives. So I can't send her a rose even if I wanted to. Second of all, Adrienne was kind of the top bitch in the relationship. And, like, out of all of us, Adrienne was the top bitch. And Jessie accepted her position as bottom bitch for some reason, even though she was hotter than me. But Adrienne was more straight than bi, so she put me at second. And Jessie wanted Bobby Joe to be above her, which put her at the bottom. So, like, she's earned it, you know? She's earned a little bit of respect and admiration. And, like, it's one of the things that I was noticing while stalking her profile was that she didn't place in the Emerald Cup a few years ago. And she kind of gave up on becoming the Emerald Queen. And said that she only wanted to because, as like all humans, she seeks validation. And I think getting her genetically altered Super Rose will make her feel a little validated in herself, in her beauty, especially not knowing who it's from. But that's about it. Oh, it's almost been 10 minutes. Holy fuck. Yeah, this is going to be a 30-minute video. Or at least 25. No one cares. I don't know the rest of that part of the song as it only pops up once. And all I remember is no one listens because no one cares. Don't fucking copyright strike me, Icon. I do not own the rights to that song. Please don't fucking copy strike me just for quoting your song. I don't think you will, but I think, and she doesn't own she's not part of a record label as she's an indie artist, so I should be safe. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here because my noodles are done. Life is a game, play it.